Hey guys, Tom Kubinik, President and CEO of SecureIt Tactical. Today I am talking about CradleGrid. This is our patented technology that completely changed the way the U.S. military stores and organizes guns and gear. It's used throughout all of our consumer products. In this video, I'm going to go through what it is and how it works. There's a lot of functionality built into these pieces. If you continue watching, then I'm going to go into the history of how we came up with it and really how it transformed the U.S. military. CradleGrid consists of three components. You've got the stock base, upper cradle, and then the grid backing you see behind me, the grid wall. This system is used in all of our long gun safes and cabinets. So let's start off with the upper cradle. Now on this profile, the way it's cut, you've got a barrel rest, you've got a larger rest for Picatinny rails, for foregrips, for larger format guns, and then you've got this square cutout, which is for mag wells. I'll get to that in a minute. Now the upper cradle provides spacing from the back wall to give you room for optics. You have the option to store your rifles with the optics facing in or the optics out. Unless you've got a lot of gear to store with your guns, we recommend optics in. That way, when the safe is open, if you're getting something off a shelf or working in the safe and drop something, you're not going to hit one of your scopes. But you do have the options to turn the guns around with the optics out. This buys you a lot of real estate behind the guns to store a lot of gear. Now the magwell notch was added for SEAL team armories, where it stands the M4 AR-15 platform rifles very vertical and buys you a ton of space behind the gun. This allows you to maximize every cubic inch of space within the cabinet or rack. Next, we'll go to the top of the cradle and the cleat system. This is designed to work with bungees or our barrel snap grips. And what this does is give the military options to secure the weapons in the racks. The bungee cords are used throughout California and the West Coast to meet seismic codes, so when the guns are in the weapon racks, if there's an earthquake, they're not going to rock and fall out. Additionally, you can use two bungees on the cleats wrapped around the gun, which holds the gun very firmly into the cradle. We use this solution when we're building mobile armories. We've built shipping containers and Connex boxes for the military to deploy downrange. Now the barrel snap grip is a spring steel piece with rollers, and this allows you to snap the guns into the safe. This was a requirement of the Marine Corps in Okinawa. They wanted to assure that every time a gun went into a rack, it would snap in. They didn't want the risk of an armorer removing a couple of M4s and bumping another one and knocking it out. Now, for most consumer applications, if you've got a safe bolted into your house, you do not need to secure the barrel. The system is designed so the guns are properly loaded into the saddle. They're not going to fall out. But if you want an additional level of safety, the barrel snap grip will allow you to snap each gun into the rack. Next, we'll go to the stock base. The stock base is designed with a step system so that regardless of the size of your stock, the gun's going to sit on the base and it's going to lean into the rack with enough load into the saddle so that the gun is stable and will stay in place. Now the two curves cut into the cradles are designed for military use for spade grips, for M2 machine guns, Mark 19s, 240 Charlies, anything that has a two-handed spade grip. Now the stock bases are also designed to lock together. They go in the bottom of your safe. Now they do not secure to the bottom of the safe. You have the ability to slide them close to the back wall or slide them closer to the door. If you've got a lot of gear stored on your safe door and a door organizer and you want more room, you simply slide the stock bases as close to the grid wall as possible. If you want to store more gear on your grid wall, you need more space behind the guns, you can slide them back closer to the door. The system is designed to give you, the operator, the maximum amount of flexibility so you can solve your storage problems. And this, you can also incorporate a lot of gear storage with your guns. Now, I designed the CradleGrid system in 2008, working closely with U.S. Army Special Forces Command. SecureIt was a three-person company at that time, and we'd won a contract to do an assessment program for U.S. Army Special Forces. I traveled to every single U.S. Army Special Forces base, toured every armory. I spent a day with each armorer, interviewed him, watched his workflow, took a lot of photographs. The job was to prepare a report for command detailing why their armories were failing inspections. and then make recommendations for improvement. After 18 months of work, seeing all the problems, I came up with the CradleGrid system. And really, what it is it's a building block system that allows armorers to solve storage problems. Weapon racks that they had been using were very rigid systems. They were designed to work one way and only one way. Military armories were becoming very dynamic. There was a change from the M16 to the M4, from a traditional battle rifle to a modular weapon system. And now we see the same thing happening in the civilian side of the industry. Guns are becoming modular, becoming adaptive. You've got a lot of different form factors, a lot of different sizes. The rail system on M4s is now being incorporated into a lot of other guns, and you've got a lot of attachments, a lot of electronics coming into the space. Traditional gun safes, like the old weapon racks, simply do not have the capacity or the ability to deal with these changes. The flexibility of the CradleGrid system allows you to solve your storage problems. All right, guys. I've covered a lot today. I've tried to do it as efficiently as possible. Now, CradleGrid technology is used throughout the U.S. military. It's used by almost every major gun manufacturer in America simply because it works and it works well. Think of it as a simple building block system that allows you to create storage solutions to meet your specific needs. If you've got questions, please post them. I'm going to read through and answer as many as I can. And visit our website, SecureItGunStorage.com.